Scary. Oh my gosh, I am so sweaty right now.
It's just not in my DNA. Hello fellow geeks and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather and I'm glad you're here. It is time for me to start something new. Yes, I am still in the middle of marathon training, getting ready for the Little Rock Marathon, which has been postponed until November. But in the meantime, I needed something new to work on, and so I thought, why not put myself through a 5K time trial?
Scary.
I am not made for speed. I am made for long endurance runs. That's just how my body works best. And so having to solely concentrate on increasing my speed over the next 6 weeks is really going to be a challenge for me. I'm just going to have to force myself to do the speed drills. But thankfully, I'm not doing this on my own. If you head over to I Run Things, Susie is going to be running this with me. She's going to be doing some 5K training of her own, and we're both going to try to beat our personal best on the 5K. Now, I have already accepted the fact that I am never going to be one of those people that can run a 5K in 18 minutes and under. That's just not me. I am not fast. I can run for long amounts of time, but I cannot do speedy for a short amount of time. It's just not in my DNA. But my current personal best is around 27.5 minutes, probably a little more than that. And I think if I work really hard, I could drop it to just below 27 minutes. Now that doesn't seem like a lot, but once you get down below the 30-minute mark on a 5K, since it's such a short amount of time to work with, it's really hard to start chiseling away those seconds and minutes and try and get a little bit faster. So this is definitely going to be a challenge for me. So while I'm still doing my marathon training throughout the week and my strength training and conditioning, my long runs on the weekends, I've decided to set 2 days aside a week to concentrate solely on the 5K. And this is taking a little bit to wrap my head around, but I do have a couple of plans that I have combined together, mostly some plans from Runner's World that focus on increasing your speed in a 5K, and I'm putting together my workouts based on that. Susie is going a different route where she is using a Garmin plan to work on her 5K. So we're just going to take a look and see what the two of us can do over the next 6 weeks in order to get better. So I went ahead, I started, and here's how the first couple of days of training have gone.
Okay, so here we are for day 1. I am just going to do a base run just to see where my time would be for right now. I have done a warm-up and now it is time to get started. While I cool down, let's talk about the run that just happened. First of all, weather, not too warm, but extremely humid because this is the South. It is what it is. Half the time I was running into the wind, but I can't really blame that because there's no control over the weather. I can only control what I can control. Weather happens when you run, you just have to learn to deal with it. It has been a long time since I have concentrated solely on a 5K, so it was really hard for me to settle into a good 5K pace. And so I came off the line too strong, burned myself out on that first mile. And so for the next 2 miles, heart rate kept shooting up into the 180s. I was really struggling, so I had to keep pulling the pace back just to bring my heart rate down so I wouldn't completely collapse before I reached the finish line. Overall, my time wasn't too bad. It's not too far off from my current PB. So I'm gonna focus on speed drills and just settling into a good 5K pace over the next 6 weeks. Halfway through, I've got a 5K that I plan on racing here in town, and we're gonna see if I can at least get a sub 27 before this is all said and done. So that's day 1. Let's see what happens after this. Okay, we are on day 2 of 5K training, and since I kind of pushed the pace last time to see where I was, this time I want to settle into an easier 5K, make it a little more enjoyable, and see if I can work on maintaining a little more consistent pace. So I've just finished about a mile of warm-up and it's time to start running. So here we go. Okay, doing a cool down walk now. For trying to keep things somewhat comfortable, the splits were not bad. First mile was in 10:12, second mile in 9:37, and the last mile and 10th in 9:24. So negative splits, always a good thing. I'd like to shave about a minute and a half off of all of that. So I've got my work cut out for me. Oh my gosh, I am so sweaty right now. With the weather warming up and with it being humid, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but we're gonna see what we can do. So that would be week 1. I'm spending 2 days a week focusing on this 5K training. All the rest of the days of the week, I'm still doing active recovery, strength training, walking, and of course, my long run. So we're gonna see what happens over the next few weeks, see if we can get a little bit faster. I'm gonna take it back inside now.
So there's how week 1 went, and as you can see, this is definitely going to be a challenge for me, but I am looking forward to doing something just a little bit different and shake things up just a little bit in the middle of all the marathon training. And since 5Ks are starting to slowly open up around here, then this will be an opportunity for me to better prepare for those 5Ks around me. Maybe get to do a little bit better than I've done in the past. So let's see what happens. Make sure that you're following along on this journey with me and with Susie. I'm going to drop a link down below so that you can find her channel. Definitely subscribe. If you have not subscribed to her channel, then what are you even doing, okay? If you're following both of us, we are using a hashtag to keep track of all of our videos and our efforts together, and it's hashtag RGG and IRT Run a 5K PB. So be on the lookout for that, especially on social media. If you haven't subscribed to this channel and you would like to keep up with the rest of this challenge, then make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and maybe even hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time that I upload a video, which happens several times a week. You can also follow me on social media. All the links are down in the description. You can find me across most platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey. I am so glad you're here and I can't wait to see you next time. Happy running!